invite our esteemed Chief Guest Sir, Professor S.R. Meka, Associate Dean, SRIC IIT Roorkee, to deliver an opening remarks.
Thank you, Gunjan. So it's an honor and a privilege for me to be part of this very important, deliberation that will happen today. So, and on behalf of IIT Roorkee, I welcome all the dignitaries and all the participants and all my colleagues and who are part of this activity. So, as pointed out by Professor Rajat, I think it's a very need of the hour now when we deal with actually a large variety of issues already in academic environment, like when we deal with the students teaching, the way we generate the content, the faculty as a faculty, and the way the student actually try to find the solutions to the problems. And at the same time, we are strongly encouraging our community to protect their ideas and things in the form of IP. So this is a complex scenario to ensure that actually we are not infringing on someone's ideas. At the same time, that we also know that that we are able to protect our rights too. I think at this juncture, I think it is a very important thing for us, especially where our younger generation is very quickly adopted the different digital platforms or AI tools. Very quickly, I mean, they have adopted so quickly that actually it's very important that now in a very accelerated way, we think about it and provide the needed knowledge as per the law concerned. And it's so nice that actually Professor Rajat has brought in such a nice, the combination of experts here, right from the law background, who are practicing the, the law, because which we usually don't, give attention to. Very often we go by our common sense and understandings, but I think it comes to the IPR rights and commercialization, I think it's very important. I saw the topics here. So there is one dedicated topic on commercialization and how do we commercialize it. I think that is the one point where as an institute we are aggressively pursuing, because over the years actually Professor Rajat was looking after the responsibilities which I am looking after now, and he was also long time associated with DPIIT-IPRCHAIR. And because of these large contributions, from several generations of people here, at least today we have several courses which are basically catering to all the undergraduates and postgraduates, which are related to entrepreneurship, IP, and how to deal with the design aspects. So we have a design innovation center, so which also Professor Rajat is the coordinator. We have now a dedicated department for design. So we have brought in the several things, but one thing which is always missing is the speed with which we actually learn ourselves and make our students also aware of the different complex aspects. That is, I think, very important, and I think we are very happy that, sir, thank you very much. You got in such a nice thing under DPIIT-IPRCHAIR. So we are very proud about our DPIIT-IPRCHAIR. We are actually always doing more than what is committed as per the mandate. So I think digital platforms have got in a lot of democratization of lot of aspects. That's very nice, right? But at the same time, actually, how to distinguish the the roles and responsibilities and how to decouple. Like we are having these issues, like somebody is training a data which is available openly, which is also copyrighted, and coming out with a new way of looking at the things. Now, how do we understand this, right? So, because this tool doesn't work without the, IP, the licensing, all those allied disciplines, because now technology has become so complex. Anything somebody is building, there are several IPs playing in, in one. So now alone actually it doesn't work, right? So now somebody having a patent in a complicated system, and where actually this doesn't act alone, how do we actually commercialize it, right? So these are the kind of aspects where I see a large trend in monopoly again, because those who have already patents, they can only able to exploit it. Others, because that is where we are forced to actually look out to them only, because no startup or a small entity can take the IP licensing of all the allied IPs and then start something where we want to look for the deep tech, innovations and entrepreneurship. So I think this would be a very nice beginning, sir. So I think I will wish that a lot of deliberations and critical discussions. And I am very happy to know that there will be also right kind of people will be evaluating the kind of work our students have carried, so that we give a lot of credibility to when we are awarding or selecting somebody for this DPIIT scholarships. So with this, I wish all the best, the organizers. Thank you, sir, to you and your team for nicely bringing it into this stage. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir, for your valuable address. Now,